Hello, dear friends. My name, yes, it's Brother Sean, to his friends Father Ted, and to my GP on a bad day I'm known as Father Jack. I don't mind what you call me, but I'm coming to you from my heart. And I want to share with you something that I found really of interest. In the early hours this morning in my prayer time, I think it was gone 1 o'clock, I was reading the most wonderful book by a dear friend, Patty, that's Patricia Diane Coate-Robles. Who am I and why am I here? And I was so touched by all the wonderful messaging that she's received from the company of heaven. And I was guided after morning prayer just a few moments ago to do this short video to look at what does it mean to be a being of light. It is my understanding, finally the penny has dropped, that you and I came into this dimension, orchestrated by the company of heaven, by a loving Father, Mother God, not a God of religion, but a loving Father, Mother God who embraces the soul. And you know from previous videos, when you surrender your heart, something magnificent happens. In that surrendering, you're accessing the gateway to your soul. And your soul higher self is the gateway to the Supreme. And this beautiful world that you and I live in has undergone many, many changes. And at this moment in time as I speak, you will know as I do that our bodies, our minds, and our higher self are undergoing a transformative process. Yes, we are. And it all began with the harmonic convergence back in 1987. And the earth now is resonating with the pure energies coming through from beings of light who are flooding our earth plane to lift the vibrational level, because the level at the moment is deep negativism, and we see the impact of that negativity with man's inhumanity to man. And we know the byproduct of that abuse of power, where ego has gone crazy, where man and woman and child are being invited by the company of heaven, even as I speak, to surrender their heart to love and become a vessel of grace, a vehicle of light, a spiritual powerhouse where we absorb the negative energy up through our being, and with the help of Gaia and the company of heaven and the ascended masters, all that negative energy is not stored in us. In many it is, because they're closed. But for those of us who have opened our heart and surrendered to love, something is happening. Something is transforming our understanding of what does it mean to be a being of light. You and I were brought here for a purpose. We weren't dumped here. The ego at the moment is in opposition to the soul. It's fighting it. That's why I endorse the teachings of the Essenes of Mount Sinai, the therapists going back 8,000 years, who took 7 years to reprogram the mind and bring it back into the heart. I can help you with that. I was guided by Magdalena and Jesus going back to 1999 to cease my Reiki therapy as a Ushui master and to focus on the feminine and masculine energies of God as manifested and demonstrated in the lives of Jesus and Magdalena. That's not religion, that's spirituality. And both of them paid the price for honoring their heart. Look what happened to Jesus. He was crucified as a love offering for you and for me to be free. To be free of an ego mindset that holds us in a place of fear and worry. And Magdalena gave us the most beautiful therapy, the anointing of the feet with the spikenard. I can help you with that. Go to my website and I will willingly share with you what Magdalena gave me. But are you a being of light, or are you a being who's stuck in ego, whose heart is frozen? My heart is saying to you, if you do nothing else with your life, please reflect on these words. Many messengers have spoken to you and me, and regrettably, I have to ask for forgiveness for being closed for most of my life. It's only in the last 10 years where I have become reawakened. And I guess that's happened through brokenness, through physical illness, where I've been empowered not to focus on my pain, but to bless it. But we are being stretched and we are being challenged. And the more we block, the more we are in denial to our truth, the more frustrated we can become, and the more our abundance is taken from us as a child of love, a child of light. The company of heaven are sending beings of light like you and me to come into this earth plane and to hold the light for the coming of the cosmic Christ. Christopher Columbus was an incarnation of Saint Germain, whose responsibility was to open a vortex of light and hold the energies. And throughout history, many great men and women who've ascended and who stand in the presence of God, like Sri Chinmoy, Francis of Assisi, Little Therese of Lisieux, Martin Luther King, Gandhi, the Lord Buddha. Many great men and women have walked this earth as a being of light and have inspired many to open their heart and surrender their heart to the beings of love, to a supreme being of love, not a control freak. And I know God has been given a lot of bad press. Our Father, Mother, God, and the company of heaven, they are being ridiculed unnecessarily by man who's stuck in ego. And the ego is the seedbed of the Antichrist. And he's leading many light workers off their paths. Many have been driven by greed, selfishness, fear, anxiety. Many are corrupting the innocent. Many light workers who say they're therapists, who are locked in that mindset of fear, have the audacity to charge clients for their services, and the poor client in their vulnerability is being contaminated by their negativism. Let us start afresh today. Let us rise up as a being of light. Let us surrender our heart to love. Let us call on the Supreme Being of Father, Mother, God, with the company of heaven, and ask to become a vehicle of love. Once we articulate that request using our gift of free will, the company of heaven will come to us. They will speak to us. They will share with us what they would like us to do. And the first thing they ask of you and me today, be still. Know that you are a child of God. Know that you are loved. Know that you are here for a purpose, that you're a vortex of light. Reawaken the divine within your heart today. And all it takes is to surrender your heart to your truth and to be genuine and sincere and committed. That is what a being of light represents for me. Thank you.